If you're here right now, you're probably in the middle of a panic attack or feeling one coming on. I know. Your heart is racing, maybe your hands are shaking, and your ADHD mind is creating 1,000 catastrophic scenarios per second. First, I want you to know, you're not dying, even though it feels like you are. You're not going crazy, even though your mind says you are. And most importantly, this will pass. It always passes. I know your ADHD brain is probably screaming at you to do something, anything, right now. That urgency you feel is your ADHD mixing with panic, creating a perfect storm of mental chaos. But here's the secret: nobody tells you about panic attacks with ADHD. You don't need to fight it. Actually, fighting makes it worse. Let's do this differently. First, wherever you are right now is fine. Car, bathroom, bed, floor, doesn't matter. If you feel the need to move, move. Seriously. Rock back and forth, open and close your hands, bounce your legs. Your ADHD body needs to release this energy, and that's okay. Movement isn't failure at meditation, it's part of your solution. Now let's use what I call the 3-3-3 technique adapted for ADHD. But here's the difference. I'm not going to ask you to focus on anything for too long, because I know that's impossible right now. First, look around quickly and name 3 things you see. Doesn't have to be out loud. Can be anything. Wall, phone, shoe. Done. 3 things. If your mind already jumped to something else, that's fine. Let it go. Now 3 sounds. I know your brain is making a lot of internal noise right now, but try to identify 3 external sounds. Could be the sound of your own breathing, a car passing, the air conditioning. If you can only identify 1 or 2, perfect too. We're not looking for perfection here, we're looking for gentle distraction from the panic. Third, move 3 parts of your body intentionally. Roll your shoulders, flex your toes, stretch your neck. This intentional movement is different from panic fidgeting. It's you taking back control, 1 small movement at a time. Your ADHD mind is probably already saying this isn't working fast enough. That's the cruel combination of ADHD with anxiety. You want an instant solution. But let me tell you a secret about panic attacks that doctors don't explain properly. Panic has a natural time limit. Your body literally cannot maintain this level of activation for more than a few minutes. The chemicals run out. It's pure biology. So even if you do nothing, this will decrease. But since you have ADHD and doing nothing is torture, let's continue with active techniques. Let's try something different now. Your hyperactive mind needs a task. I'll give you 1. Count backwards from 100, but skip by 7s. 100, 93, 86, 79. If you mess up, if you lose count, if your mind wanders, just pick any number and continue. The point isn't to get it right. The point is to give your ADHD mind a puzzle to solve instead of creating disaster scenarios. While you're counting, or trying to count, or pretending to count, I want you to notice something. The peak of panic has already passed. You might still be uncomfortable, agitated, restless, but that feeling of imminent death is decreasing. That's your body doing what it was programmed to do: return to balance. Now, if you have ADHD, you've probably had many panic attacks before. And your excellent pattern-recognizing ADHD brain is probably saying, what if it happens again? What if the next one is worse? What if I have a panic attack in public, at work, while driving? That's anticipatory anxiety, and it's especially cruel for people with ADHD because you're masters at imagining vivid, detailed futures. But here's what I want you to remember. You've survived 100% of your previous panic attacks. All of them. You're here now, listening to this, which means you're stronger than you think. Your ADHD brain might be chaotic, but it's also resilient. creative, and adaptable. Let's do a quick body check now. Not a boring, long body scan meditation, just a quick ADHD-style check. Jaw clenched, relax it. Shoulders in your ears, let them drop. Breath held, let the air out. Doesn't need to be perfect, just a little better than 5 minutes ago. If you still feel the need to move, let's channel that productively. Stand up if you can and do what I call a literal shake it off. Shake your hands like you're drying them. Shake your shoulders. Shake your head gently. Jump in place a few times if you want. Your body is full of adrenaline and cortisol right now, and movement helps metabolize these chemicals faster. This isn't woo-woo science, it's basic physiology. Now I want to talk about what to do after the panic passes, because I know your ADHD brain is already thinking about it. First, don't overanalyze what caused it. ADHD brains love finding patterns and meanings, but sometimes panic attacks just happen. Could have been too much caffeine, not enough sleep, accumulated stress, or just your neurochemistry having a bad day. There doesn't always need to be a deep reason. Second, be gentle with yourself for the rest of the day. Panic attacks are exhausting, especially for ADHD brains that already work overtime all the time. If you need to cancel something, cancel it. If you need to go to bed at 7 p.m., go. If you can only eat toast with butter for dinner, eat it. This isn't laziness or weakness, it's recovery. Third, and this is important, don't start avoiding places or situations where you had panic attacks. I know your ADHD brain is great at creating quick, strong associations, but avoidance only strengthens the fear. If you had an attack at the supermarket, go back to the supermarket as soon as you feel able, even if it's just to buy one thing and leave. Let's talk about medication for a moment, because I know many of you take stimulants for ADHD and they can interact with anxiety in complicated ways. If you notice your panic attacks got worse after starting or changing ADHD medication, talk to your doctor. Don't stop taking your meds abruptly, but also don't suffer in silence. There are adjustments that can be made, other medications that can be added, strategies that can help. Now, as we come to the end, I want to give you some practical tools for the future. First, create what I call an ADHD panic kit. It can be physical or on your phone. Include a playlist of songs that calm you, not those boring meditative ones, but songs you actually like. Photos that make you smile. A funny video that always works. The number of someone who understands. A reminder that this will pass, because it will. Second, learn to recognize your early signs. ADHD can make you not notice body signals until they're extreme, but try to notice chest tension, shorter breathing, racing thoughts beyond normal ADHD, sudden irritability. The earlier you catch it, the easier it is to intervene. Third, and this might seem counterintuitive, but practice having controlled mini moments of anxiety. Watch a thriller movie, ride a roller coaster if you like them, do intense exercise. This teaches your body that physical activation doesn't always mean danger, and that you can tolerate temporary discomfort. Before we finish, I want to validate something. Having ADHD and anxiety together is exhausting. It's like having a race car engine with faulty brakes. You're always accelerated, but also always trying to control. This isn't your fault. It's not character failure. It's not weakness. It's neurobiology. And you're doing the best you can with the brain you have. If you've made it this far in the audio, the panic attack has probably decreased significantly. See? I told you it would pass, and it did. You did it. You survived once again. And next time it happens, because it probably will happen again and that's okay, you'll remember, I've done this before, I can do it again. One last thing, Your ADHD brain might be trying to make you feel shame for having had a panic attack. Don't let it. You didn't ask for this. You're not dramatic. You're not attention-seeking. You have a neurological condition that sometimes causes this. End of story. Take one last deep breath with me. It doesn't need to be a perfect meditation breath. Just air in, air out. You're here. You're safe. You're enough. Exactly as you are. Chaotic ADHD brain and all. The panic has passed. You won again. And whenever you need it, this audio will be here for you. Because you're not alone in this. Never are.